as is your whole psychology.
Can you get that just out of the loops?
You're a real radical, creative thinker.
I'm just a bit lost for words.
Hello, my name is Tracey Trussell. I'm a full-time practicing graphologist. I analyse handwriting to unravel the character and behaviour of the writer. Hello, I'm Tracey.
Hello, I'm Luke.
Hello Luke, lovely to meet you.
You too.
Right, should we get started?
Yes.
Would you like to choose one of these pens?
Yep.
And if you could just write a few sentences, write about absolutely anything, what you did yesterday. It doesn't matter. I'm not interested in the content.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Super, thank you.
Great.
Okay.
Cool.
Right, here we go. Okay, your pressure is light, which means that you're very much living in your head, and the whole piece is quite irregular, which is actually a really positive thing because it means we've got loads of creative potential going on here.
Yeah.
So you're literally buzzing with ideas.
Yeah, I think that kind of relates to my job. So I'm a creative.
Great.
So.
Yes, you certainly are. But the really lovely thing is, not only do you have the ideas, but you can actually make them happen. So you bring ideas to life. So where you complete your loops, the downstrokes, that shows competence, that shows somebody who is able to complete the things that they've started. The fact that your handwriting also slopes strongly to the right means that you very much want to articulate and express all these ideas.
Yeah.
You feel very enthusiastic about your work and all these creative ideas that you have. There's quite a lot of frustration as well.
So I don't know if you picked up, I'm actually dyslexic, so part of my frustration is everything's in my head and I can't ever properly articulate it on paper, so I can't get the words in my head out.
Yes.
I think that's where the frustration
I
must
see.
come in, where I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
and if we look at your tall stems, that's what's going on in your brain, and I don't know if you can see, but the size of them are all completely different sizes, which means you've got 1,000,001 thoughts and creative ideas.
Yeah, I'm quite a chaotic person when I think, so everything's sort of like all over the place.
Yes. So what's particularly interesting in your sample is that you've got these small little personal pronoun I's. And so your personal pronoun I talks about your self-esteem and self-worth. And I've just described somebody who's got huge creative powers. You're very, very competent, and yet you personally don't necessarily always believe in your own talent.
No.
Which is a great shame.
Yeah.
Because you've got it all going on here. You've got a lovely sense of adventure as well, because you've got a smaller T followed by a much taller H. That's an adventurous spirit.
I like being outdoors, I like being quite active, and I don't really like staying still too often.
You're a sensitive person because you've got light pressure, but added to that, you perhaps worry too much about what other people may be thinking of you.
Yeah. I worry quite often about a lot of things.
Yes, and that is very noticeable in your Ds with those big loops that we call vanity loops.
Yeah.
If you do it in the Ts as well, which you do, you're also just as sensitive in the workplace.
Yeah, I
So
think
it covers all bases.
I'm quite, sensitive to other people and like what they say or what they think. So, yeah, I think it's quite telling actually.
Well, loops are usually containers of emotion, but when it particularly relates to the letters T and D, it's pure sensitivity that you feel. All those little letters on the baseline, they relate to your emotions and how you are day to day. But when they change quite dramatically, like yours do, that again is very emotional. So although, I said you invest a lot of intellect in your work, you're also actually investing a lot of emotional feelings. The other thing, and this is fairly subtle, but I suspect that you may have a tendency to catastrophize things.
Yes.
That you can relate to that.
Yeah. I'm probably one of the most anxious people you ever met, so.
I can relate to that.
Yes.
I think the biggest takeaway here is you're very talented.
Thank you.
You're a real radical creative thinker, and you can make those things happen. Well, thank you very much, Luke. It's lovely to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Great.
thank you.
I was quite taken back by how my personality comes out through my handwriting, and there's a bit of craziness in with the creativity. Yeah, I'm just a bit lost for words.